From the heights of glory to the depths of despair, football has the power to evoke raw emotions like no other sport. Join us on a roller coaster of tears as we unveil the most heart-wrenching moments in football history. Grab your tissues and prepare to witness the game's incredible ability to bring even the toughest players and fans to their knees. This is the untold story of shattered dreams, unimaginable loss, and the unbreakable bond that unites us all through the beautiful game. The thrill of victory for one side is always balanced by the agony of defeat for another, leaving one set of players crumpled on the pitch while their opponents celebrate wildly. Here are some of the most heartbreaking losses in world football history. 1. AC Milan vs Liverpool, 2005 Champions League Final. When Liverpool fell behind AC Milan 3-0 before the halftime whistle had even sounded, it seemed like the 2005 Champions League crown was well out of reach. 2 goals from Argentine Hernan Crespo were preceded by a surprising strike from legendary defender Paolo Maldini, which had Milan heading into the locker room with the victory all but secured. Even the most passionate, optimistic Liverpool supporters certainly thought big ears would be heading to Italy. And we all know what happens now, right? Steven Gerrard, Vladimir Smicer and Xabi Alonso provided the goals for one of the most thrilling comebacks in football history. The crowd at the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul was in utter shock. The Liverpool fans were boisterous while the Milan supporters were silent. Liverpool would go on to lift the trophy after Jerzy Dudek backstopped his club to a famous 3-2 victory in the penalty shootout. 2. Chelsea vs Barcelona, 2009 Champions League semifinal. Barcelona managed to break Chelsea's hearts in 2009 after one of the more controversial matches in Champions League history. The match is often remembered for the curious refereeing display by Norwegian official Tom Henning Overebo, who denied Chelsea 2 clear penalties, with fans of the Blues suggesting there could have been a couple more as well. The English side led the match 1-0 following a thunderbolt first-half goal from midfielder Michael Essien, which also gave them a 1-0 lead on aggregate. So things looked good for the Londoners despite their displeasure with Overebo. That is when Andres Iniesta scored in the 93rd minute to snatch a place in the Champions League final and send Chelsea home disappointed once again following their loss to Manchester United in the final of the competition the previous year. 3. Ghana vs Uruguay, 2010 World Cup quarterfinal. In the first World Cup ever played on African soil, Ghana made it to the quarterfinals of the tournament with an opportunity to make a groundbreaking appearance in the semifinal, which would have been the first ever for an African nation. The only thing standing in the way of the Black Stars was Uruguay. After an enthralling back-and-forth encounter that saw the match tied at 1 late in extra time, Ghana was given the chance to make history. After Ghana striker Dominic Adiyah headed the ball beyond Uruguayan keeper Fernando Muslera, Luis Suarez raised both hands to ensure that the ball didn't cross the line. Suarez was given a red card and Ghana was awarded with the potential winning penalty kick, when Asamoah Gyan, the team's leading scorer and talisman at the tournament, stepped up to the spot. The storybook ending was already being written around the world. That was until Gyan blasted his kick off the crossbar, giving Uruguay a lifeline it would not pass up. The South Americans would go on to win the match 4-2 on penalties, breaking not only Ghanaian hearts but those of the entire continent. 4. Italy vs Germany, 2006 World Cup semifinal. Another match where injury time steals the show. European rivals Italy and Germany played an enthralling 118 minutes of scoreless football in front of 65,000 fans in Dortmund before the pro-German crowd had its heart broken. After left-back hero Fabio Grosso scored one of the more memorable goals in World Cup history, followed by one of the more emotional celebrations, cameras showed utter despair in the crowd as fans with German flags and face paint were reduced to tears. Juventus legend Alessandro Del Piero would secure the result with the final kick of the match minutes later, as Italy stopped Germany from making an appearance in the showpiece event of the tournament in Berlin. 5. Manchester United vs Bayern Munich, 1999 Champions League final. Football, bloody hell. That's how legendary Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson described this match immediately following the final whistle. Going into the contest, the English Giants had already secured the Premier League title and FA Cup. Only Bayern Munich was standing between them and a historic treble. Without influential midfielders Roy Keane and Paul Scholes, the task was made even more difficult after Mario Basler swept in a low, curling free kick beyond Peter Schmeichel in only the 6th minute of the match to give the Bavarian club a dream start. After the two clubs exchanged chances throughout the match, Bayern looked destined for victory as the clock ticked beyond the 90-minute mark, with the score remaining 1-0. That was until super subs Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stunned over 90,000 fans on hand at Camp Nou by scoring a goal each in injury time, both stemming from David Beckham corners, to snatch the trophy from the Germans. Manchester United didn't get the reputation for its fighting spirit and never say die attitude by mistake. 6. Celtic and Rangers, 2004-5 Scottish Premier League conclusion. The Scottish Premier League is too often derided for being a two-horse race that doesn't offer much variety from year to year. But that certainly hasn't taken away from the magic and excitement the league has conjured up in recent years, with the title often coming down to the final day of the campaign. On the final day of the 2004-5 Scottish Premier League season, bitter rivals Celtic and Rangers once again found themselves fighting for the title. Celtic travelled to Fir Park for a meeting with Motherwell on the last match day of the campaign, while Rangers simultaneously took on Hibernian at Easter Road to decide who would claim the league crown. With both clubs leading their respective matches 1-0 and time ticking away, Celtic was poised to claim the title. That was until Motherwell striker Scott McDonald equalized with a goal in the 88th minute before scoring again within 3 minutes to secure a 2-1 victory for the home side. That result, coupled with the Rangers' ability to hold on and capture 3 points, meant that the Gers finished the season 1 point ahead of their hated adversaries. As we relive these gut-wrenching moments, it's impossible not to be moved by the raw emotions that football evokes. The beautiful game has a unique power to unite and divide, to lift spirits and break hearts. From the shattered dreams of missed penalties to the heart-stopping defeats in the dying moments, these 6 heartbreaks remind us that football is so much more than just a game. If you enjoyed our video, kindly subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on our videos.